Welcome. It's nice to be back with you again. I hope you found that exercise, that breathing exercise yesterday helpful in starting to soothe some anxieties or worries and realize that you can kind of check in with your body and settle down. Today we're going to move on to our next technique, which is mantras. So for this exercise, we're going to need something to write with, and either a journal or a piece of paper. So why don't you go ahead and get that now, and I'll quickly go over why we're doing this. Again, it's because with all the chaos and the crisis that's going on with the coronavirus right now, it is normal if you're feeling a little bit off sorts, unsettled, nervous. It's because your fear response is on. So along with the breathing we did yesterday, which I want to encourage you to keep doing and practicing, we can also use mantras as a way to help our nervous system settle down. And the reason why mantras can be so effective is because when our nervous system is activated, our brain can kind of feel a little bit scrambled sometimes. And that's because your brain is in that survival mode. So it's seeking out what you want to do next, what you need to, maybe you're running around the house cleaning, or you're frantically buying toilet paper, or, you know, it's this, I need to do something. That's how the brain is operating. And when our brain is in that space, we could get go down a fear-based rabbit hole, if you will, where all of a sudden we're thinking worst case scenario and catastrophizing everything that's happening around us. So it's really important for us to come back to our center and to have another message that we can send our brain, which calms us down and takes us out of that fear-based rabbit hole. So that's where the mantras come in. So in order to do this, what I would like to do is have you get your writing, your pen, your pencil, your marker, whatever, and your paper. And we're gonna come together, we're gonna do a couple deep breaths so we can kind of bring ourselves back down to that calm place. And then after we do that, we're gonna write out a few mantras for ourselves. The reason why we're gonna write it out is because having it tangible, where we can see it and read it and refer back to it, is really helpful when our brain is in that scrambly kind of place. Because we can read it and it can be like, and it's a light bulb for our brain to switch over into another network that allows us to calm down. So, with that, let's get to work. I'll lead you through 2 deep breaths. If you join me again with your eyes open or closed, whatever is more comfortable to you, and nice and slow in through your nose. Let's take one more for good measure. Good. So now that we've created that little bit of shift in energy, I want you to think about how you want to feel as we're navigating through this crisis. How do you want to feel? I know for me, I want to feel grounded. I want to feel capable and confident that I know how to make the correct choices and steps for me, my family, my staff, my loved ones, for strangers that I don't know. I know that I want to feel connected to other people. So these are some of the feelings that I want to feel. I want you to take a moment and just jot down some of those feelings about how do you want to feel as you navigate through this crisis. Because most humans, we don't want to feel out of control and scared. So write down how you do want to feel. That's the first step. So I'm going to go ahead and write mine down. Now, that feeling state, those feeling states that you wrote down, we can't get there from fear-based thinking. We have to get there from a different route. And that's where our mantras are going to come in. So now I want you to write a list of mantras that you can tell yourself that can help yourself calm down. Some examples of this are like what I'll put on my list. One thing is, I am well, right? That's a mantra I can remind myself. I am well. I am well. If you have children, maybe it's that my children are well, or my family is well. That's one that you can choose. Let's see, another one that I might say to myself is, I am safe. In this moment, I am safe. So when we're talking about mantras, it's about what's happening in this moment. So yeah, it's easy for our brain to go to that place of, but I might not be well tomorrow, or my family might not be well tomorrow. But with a mantra, we want to focus on what's happening right now. Are you well right now? Are you safe right now? So those are going to be two that I'm going to put on my list. I want you to start thinking about and writing down the mantras that you want to put on your list. So let's aim for about 3 mantras that we can put on our list, and then we'll come back together. Good. So I'd love to know what some of yours are if you're comfortable sharing them. Sometimes it adds power to them when we give them voice. So maybe if you're comfortable, you can put them in the comments, or you can tell them to a family member or a friend that these are your mantras, so you bring them to life a little bit more. How I want you to practice this, or my suggestion for you, is that throughout the week, as you're starting to feel, oh, here's my puppy bee. Can you see him? Say hi, bee. As you're starting to feel anxious at some point or unsettled, to go to your list, put the list somewhere where you can see it often, and go to your list and pick one off your list. And just say it to yourself a few times, and each time you say it, take a deep breath and really allow yourself to feel the words. So for me, I'll do one right now. It's, join me, please. For me, I'm going to do I am safe. So, I am safe. And you allow yourself to breathe in the essence of those words. And you can do it a few times throughout the day. You can do it whenever you need it. It's a tool for you in your back pocket. So please use it. Let me know if you have any questions. You can ask them right in the comments. And with that, let's go to our closing ritual, which is sending love. Please join me in sending love to anyone right now who is struggling, that has been diagnosed with the coronavirus and is not feeling well or is in the hospital. We are sending you so much love and strength. You are in our thoughts, you're in our prayers, and we are sending all of this love your way. To you, this is my energetic hug, and a reminder to be gentle with yourself, to be gentle with others, and keep your distance. It's the most loving thing you can do. I will see you tomorrow.